The Nun is a horror film, and the film is a spin-off of the Conjuring universe. And it wasn't a very good film. It wasn't the worst I've seen, but this film had so much potential that wasn't fully capitalized on. And to me, this film feels like a step back for the horror genre, because recently we've been getting great horror films that have truly stood out as memorable. But then with films like The Nun, we go one step back to 10 years ago where horror films were at their most cheapest, gimmicky, and just stupid. And that's really the film's biggest fault. This film was not scary. And despite the film's overuse of gimmicks, tropes, and that stupid jump scare noise, this was a completely unmemorable horror film that is not scary at all. And before anyone comments, no, I have not seen any of the Conjuring films, nor do I care to. This is a franchise that I have no interest in seeing, but I went into The Nun just to see something different. Now, like I said, this is not the worst film I've seen. There were definitely some good things about it. The central characters, while not the most fleshed out or the most interesting, they were definitely likable, and I was definitely invested in them for most of the movie. And truthfully, the setting for the film I really enjoyed. If this was a different horror film and done much better, this setting would have really worked. But like a lot of opportunities in this film, it was wasted. And like I said earlier, this film was not scary. And the idea that ran through my head throughout the entire film was this would have worked better as a comedy, because essentially what the nun character does is pretty much play pranks on people. Because like all she does is put people in boxes, pull them towards doors. Nothing the nun does is essentially terrifying. Another thing I want to bring up is, despite some questionable cinematography choices, this film was pretty well shot for most of the film. And then when it had to be scary with that stupid gimmick of the camera panning away, oh nothing's there, pan back, boo. And this film did this trick a lot. Overall, this film has so much potential, but unfortunately the film was bogged down by a story that was filled with tropes and gimmicks that are completely outdated. This film 10 years ago would have worked alongside the Paranormal Activity films, but I feel like in the past few years, the horror genre has evolved, and now we're starting to get really good horror films. Films like Get Out, Mother, A Quiet Place, and Hereditary. And 10 years from now, no one's going to remember The Nun. And if I was to recommend this film, probably to fans of the Conjuring universe, I really don't see anyone else really enjoying this film. And I'm going to give The Nun a 4 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to my channel below. As always, I'm NETX5. Thank you for watching.